Good morning, everybody. Yeah, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 436. It is Friday, everybody. Yeah, it's Friday.
Woo-hoo! Friday.
Derby, Friday. What do you got planned for the weekend, brother?
High school football.
Yeah,
there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Are you involved, aren't you? Don't you do something with the in the game or with the
Yeah,
what do you do?
I actually do the stats.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, I don't want to ask what high school it is. Now, is this the high school that you went to school? Is this where you went?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. You like doing it?
Yep.
Do you get to do that every year?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool, man. You guys have a good team this year?
Well, even, but
Yeah.
the teams we lost to could, depending if they win or not, and if we win tonight, could motivate them to win.
Okay. Mike, we have a big game here. A couple big games tonight. Aliquippa and Central Valley.
That's always a big game.
The showdown. Where Jordan Whitehead's out of, and then of course Aliquippa. And also there was Mike. I seen the other day. I sent you I sent you that text over. That dude who leads the NFL in interceptions now, not Jordan Whitehead with 3, but Geno Stone for the Ravens. He's out of Newcastle.
Yeah, that's just not too far away from here.
No,
it's not like local, but it's a quick commute.
We've had guys on our show from Newcastle. We've had guys in studio from Newcastle. I mean, that just goes to show you if you're it's only 10 minutes up the road from Beaver Falls.
It feels like it.
So yeah, Geno Stone, who leads the NFL in interceptions now with 4 from Baltimore's secondary, is also from about 20 minutes from right here. I would say if I would get in a car right now, I could be in Newcastle in 20 minutes.
For some odd reason, I was thinking a little further down the way. One of the other areas that begins with the C, Clarion. For some odd reason, I was thinking Clarion.
No, that's further away.
Yeah, it's further. But Newcastle, it's right up the road.
If you would just go straight up through Beaver Falls and don't get off at 18, you're there in like 15 minutes.
Yep.
Which also they did in Beaver Falls. They get this really cool thing, Mike. I found out the other day when I was at work. They have a Larry Bruno museum opening up in Beaver Falls, and it's like Beaver Falls sports history. Like Joe Namath, the whole whole deal, and everything. And then it also has like a lot of the people that Beaver Falls played against over the years, like Ty Law, Darrell Revis, whoever that dude. What was the guy from Jeanette that went to Ohio State?
Wasn't not Maurice Claret, but God, the quarterback.
Derpy, the black guy, the quarterback that went to Ohio State about 10 years ago.
All the tattoo scandals.
And he went to the pros and ended up blowing, and they stuck him at wide receiver.
Was it Pryor or Braxton?
Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, one of the best high school quarterbacks in this area. Yeah, and he had a hell of a year. 2 years as a wide receiver? Back-to-back 1,000-yard receiver?
I think he ended up in Cleveland for a while.
Yeah. That's where he became a really good receiver. Then they stopped playing him for some odd reason. Made no sense.
Yeah, he so I mean there's memorabilia from his stuff of high school, and the guys from Quip. Everybody that Beaver Falls played, if there was anybody special or notable, I think there's memorabilia in the Larry Bruno Museum there as well. So hey, it's getting ready to open. I'm very, very interested in checking it out. The guys did a coach's corner there the other day, and it seemed really cool. I want to get over there when it opens.
Yeah, let's check it out. Let's go.
Mike, big game last night. The Pittsburgh Penguins, they host the undefeated Colorado Avalanche. They didn't look like they could beat anybody. They for 3 games straight. They were in a 3-game losing streak. 6-0 Colorado Avalanche come to town, and the Penguins don't only beat them, they shut them out. Jari goes 31 for 31 on saves, a shutout. Riley Smith, 2 goals. Lars Eller, 1 goal. Crosby, a goal. Getzel Malkin, Russ and Zahorna, all with assists. 3 stars of the game, Mike Ward, Jari, Smith, and Eller. They have Ottawa coming to town tomorrow.
Yeah, like who? I kind of went offhand said, watch us win. This is the team we would beat. We can't beat anyone else, but the best team in hockey comes through Pittsburgh, and what do? We steamroll them. This team is so schizophrenic. I don't get it.
The funny thing is, I was at working the Penguin game last night, and the announcer, he kept saying, he goes, "You've got penguined, you've got penguinied," saying all this goofy shit after we beat this undefeated team, and they were like, "This is a total Pittsburgh thing, and this is what the Pittsburgh teams do," blah 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 blah. And then Derpy texts me shortly after, and he's like, "They've been penguined" or something like that. So I mean, everybody's right there. We all seen. I think we all seen it written on the wall. It was like, if we're gonna beat anybody, it's gonna be this
Yeah,
team.
it would be this team right here. Yeah, that's just the way the Penguins roll.
And they didn't play. It wasn't like Colorado played a bad game. They played a good game. Pittsburgh just came out and they did what they had to do to win this hockey game.
Your phone is right here.
This drops the Avalanche to 6-1 overall. Penguins go to 3-4 overall. Again, we will be hosting Ottawa tomorrow night. Again, it's still too early for me. I can't. Derpy, I just can't. I can't commit myself to hockey yet. I just can't.
You're a nut.
Not only 7 weeks in the football season. I can't do it.
You're fine, buddy. Sorry about that.
And the comment that Mike Sullivan says after the game. This is what Mike Sullivan said. Ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
He says, "This might have been one of the best games we've played all year."
You think?
You think?
Well, considering that we have 3 wins and 2 of them were shutouts, I guess maybe you can put it that way. But the Avalanche, I mean, this is supposed to be the toughest team. But yes,
stay over there, bud.
This might have been one
Did
of
they play
the best.
defense in that, or like?
What's that?
Did they play defensively and how they approached it?
They just, you know what they. I don't.
It was just a complete game.
It was a complete game.
Yeah, they played a Penguin like the way Mike Sullivan envisions them playing. That's what they were able to play last night. But I think they just rose to the occasion, knowing that the Avalanche are coming into town. Nathan McKinnon's coming to town. Crosby's not going to want to lose to someone who grew up idolizing him, to show, hey, kid, yeah, you may have a cup, I have 3. Let's we're boys, but I know my team's going to show you how it's done. And
Fair
I think,
point.
from time to time, that's just what we're going to get from this team. But overall, I think we're going to be like a middle of the road team fight for that last playoff spot.
And I could, I could stomach it more now that they won. Like the other day when they lost their 3rd game in a row, I thought, I just can't get into hockey like this yet, especially if they're not doing well. If they're doing well, that's one thing. But if they're not, that's something totally different. Now you just have to really just dig in because you like the sport. And I'm in football mode. I can't do that right. I can't do that yet.
Yeah,
there's still way too much hockey to go to even be excited about anything.
Yeah. I love both teams equally, but right now, I just want to watch football because there's this
right.
There's
a time for hockey. It's not now.
No, once it starts snowing, then I will be ready for hockey. I will be. Once that first snowflake hits my face, I am ready for hockey. Until then, it's on the periphery.
Come off of that game, Mike. You got Ottawa coming to town tomorrow. What do you think they're going to do tomorrow?
Well, if they're anything like they have been, they're probably going to end up losing that game.
I tell you what, Jari, come on, the dude got 2 shutouts so far this year.
Yeah, he's playing well. It's just, I don't know. I don't. It's this team, man. You don't know who you're getting game to game. One game they're looking like a legit cup contender. We're shut out the best team in hockey and playing good hockey, doing it. You're like, all right, this is what we need to do. But then look at the 3 games before. We played just some bad hockey. Guys looked lost. They didn't look like their normal selves. So I just don't know what to expect from this team from night to night. Those last 3 games, Sullivan was questioning everyone's effort, and then they come out and play this hell of a game. Okay, can they keep it going? Can they keep it going? That's going to be
capable of you're right of keeping that going. I mean, I think that Sullivan does that often. I've seen him call these guys out, and I've seen comments being made before that they need to step it up, and they do for a real short period of time.
Yeah.
But then, after a week, it's almost like, all right, I don't know. And then he kind of start over and then they're bad again. I just don't know if this team was able to be consistent enough to do anything, legitimately in this.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get out of Crosby. You know we're going to get out of Malkin on just about any given night. But at a certain point, it's going to come to
was
where
in the penalty box all night.
Well, when he's not, he's doing well.
But
like the thing is that like once you get to the wheels are going to come off these guys at a certain point, and then what we're getting from them is what we are going to get from them. We're so used to, my God, even last year, look at the performances that Crosby and Malcolm put up last year. Those numbers, wire to wire, they look like them, almost like their prime years. But they're entering the twilight of their careers. How much can we truly expect from them anymore on every given night? Can they still give that consistent, top tier elite performance night after night after night? Or are there going to be games where it's just not there? They want to do it, but just can't do it anymore because they played for so much fucking hockey. At some point it's going to catch up to them. I don't think it's caught up to them yet, but when it does, I think it might be smacking them in the face.
Malkin was in the penalty box quite often. I know he had a double minor at one time. He got somebody with a stick in the face.
He's just fiery and passionate. Him and George Pickens hang out all the time.
They need to cool down because they're too much.
I would pay good money to watch a reality series starring George Pickens and Evgeny Malkin. Would you? Yes, thank you, Derpy.
I don't think I know. Yeah.
They're weird. They're quirky. And then when they start playing, they become fiery individuals.
I don't think Malkin. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think people would get Malkin.
No,
he's foreign. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but we love him here in Pittsburgh because he's foreign.
Yeah, but we don't know his personality, though. You know what I mean? We like him because he's a good hockey player.
But he's quirky. He had the greatest quote, "I am score." He played. He can speak good English, but plays dumb for the media and the fans. I love it.
I don't know. I think I might be more interested in reading the new Britney Spears book. I seen 3 people on Facebook yesterday that said they already finished the Britney Spears book. I think it just came out like yesterday.
If she wrote it, it's probably not a long book.
Yeah.
If it's written about her, juicy stories, people will plow through that.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're reading War and Peace here. Okay, we're the life and times of Britney Spears.
Right.
Come on, you grew up in our generation. You already know it. It was all over MTV.
Yeah, she's a pop star. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, this book is so good. It is so good. It's so good.
Is it though? Really? Is it really?
Yeah. Put her. Yeah. I'd rather watch her on a reality show than Gino Malkin, to be honest with you.
I want to watch Gino and George Pickens.
I can't understand Gino, and I don't know. He's he always has hang mouth.
George always has those masks on and stuff.
Yeah.
See those two hanging out, going on weird adventures. We like those old movies that Richard Pryor and oh god, the other actor Willy Wonka.
The book is so good.
The book is so good. This show has gone off the rails in the first 13 minutes. You can tell it's Friday.
Guys, World Series.
Bring us back on track.
The World Series starts tonight. Derpy, are you going to be tuning in for Game 1?
I will be at the game, so I'll probably be tuning in on my phone.
You're going to be at the game. That's right. Yeah, Game 1 of the World Series tonight. 8:03 Rangers and Diamondbacks. Game 2 tomorrow. They don't piss around when it comes to baseball in the playoffs. They get it. They want to get it knocked out fast. It seems like all the time.
Yeah, is that not like baseball or not like like basketball and hockey where they just drag out the playoffs?
Today's Friday. They'll have like 7 games in by Sunday evening. That's what it seems like with baseball.
And if it was hockey, you'd have Game 1, and then game 2 would be next week in the middle of next week, where no one can find it.
But you got that. You might mention some players yesterday that we did recognize. I recognized Max Scherzer. Also, there was somebody else.
Hedges, and I can't remember the other guy. The other guy. What are the other old guys? I can't remember.
Yeah, and then Will Smith.
Yeah.
But there was somebody else. I can't think of who it was.
I can't. I'm too lazy to look it up right now.
But again, you will hear people talking about it. People will be talking about this World Series. If it gets down to it, I might check it out. And here's the thing: I'll have it on. I'll check it out. I'll see what's going on. But for one, if it's not your teams, it's not the same. If you watch Super Bowl and it's not your teams, that's a totally different story than turning on the World Series and watching baseball that's not your teams.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't watch.
It's actually the lowest rated. estimated the lowest rated World Series ever.
What this one is.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of teams, two teams that no one really cares about. And like we were talking yesterday, it's not, from one of the big markets, so people aren't going to watch it.
Getting new blood, like a Pirates team, I think the Pirates would do good, would make baseball, would benefit baseball. I just do. Pittsburgh teams generally do this in sports for whatever reason, and then they stink all the time. So if you get a team like the Pirates, and I think that would do good for baseball.
Yeah, I would like to see the.
I'm just trying to talk it into existence, trying to manifest.
We have to first manifest Bob Nothing into spending money.
Oh, don't get me started on him just yet.
I'm
battling something here with the cold and the sinuses and the chest, the whole thing, man. So bear with me. But
are you all hopped up on like Dayquil at night?
I wish.
At the same time?
No, but everybody that I'm around throughout the course of the day, I got something. Oh my head. So who knows what I got?
You got something.
Key Brian Hayes was named the Fielding Bible Defensive Player of the Year, which is an award that goes to the best defensive player of the year. He got that award yesterday. Again, I think we're still going to see a couple more big awards coming to him. I like Brian Hayes. I like him a lot. Congratulations on that. This, Mike, now here's what it was on that Pittsburgh clothing. You ever see Pittsburgh clothing pop up on Twitter at all?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh clothing. If you could pull that up, what I found yesterday, it said Bob Nothing considers having Hunt's Ketchup the official sleeve sponsor of the Pirates.
I saw it. It was like Bob Nothing is gonna, he'll spend money, but he'll have to, name Hunt's Ketchup the sleeve sponsor. That would be great.
Could you imagine? Could you
I
imagine?
can see him doing
the thing is, I wouldn't put it by
it.
Bob Nothing at all. I wouldn't
put it past him.
He would sell out. He would have Hunt's Ketchup on the sleeves of players, and we would still not be good. We would still be the same bad team that we've always been.
It would be great. We would buy like sign like a 45-year-old free agent, and then Hunt's Ketchup.
Yeah,
we have to pay for him.
Oh, good news! We have a starting pitcher coming back, and it'll be what was that? The guy we just got rid of, the old guy.
Oh, Rich Hill.
Rich Hill. Yeah, we get Dick Mountain back. The big move this offseason is going to be Dick Mountain coming back.
Dick Mountain coming back, and Hunt's brought to you by Hunt's Ketchup.
Yeah. Oh, hey, on the board, what's going on, Ralph? Yeah. I know. Everywhere I go, people are sneezing on me. It's insane.
Oh yeah, people at work. I was like, yeah, I went to the doctors. It's not the flu. It's not COVID. It's just something.
Yeah,
it's just something. That's comforting when the doctors go, yeah, it's something.
The
couldn't
doctor
find it on Google. It's something.
The doctor goes to school for 10 years, spends $1 million, and then he goes in his little office before he comes in and actually talks to you and looks up what it is before he comes in. And the fact that they still can't identify.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
That's what I have. Whatever
even
that
they're
is,
befuddled. They're like, oh shit, I can't even bullshit my way out of this one. I think I'm coming down with something, man. I've been stuffy for the past couple of days.
Yeah, that's how it started, man.
My right eye is all jacked up. I don't know what's going on. I think it's football withdrawal.
Well, let's talk a little college football first, and we'll get into the pros. And we have to do our over-unders today. We got a lot going on, guys.
There's a lot going on. We're gonna soldier through this. I'm all hopped up on Dayquil.
Are you really? See, I
just wish I was.
Even if I had drank coffee, I would have been okay. Because that kind of just sends you through without that you have things going on. Yeah. But the coffee, you just hop on its back and you go.
Yeah, I'm raw dogging this sickness. So
Pitt Panthers start their back-to-back nightmare weeks as if this season hasn't been a nightmare the whole way through so far. Pitt's sitting at 2-5. They play number 14 Notre Dame tomorrow at home. Notre Dame comes in with a 6-2 record. That game is at 3:30. Next Saturday, they have the number 4 Florida State.
Oh God,
that's rough.
Yeah, so they're sitting at 2-5. You have number 14 Notre Dame. Number 4, Florida State. Then you have Syracuse at Yankee Stadium after that. And then somebody else, and then you finish up against Duke, who's
it's
ranked
gonna be a
20.
rough one for them.
Because Duke is 20. We played them the last game of the year. They're playing Louisville, who is 18. So that's going to be a good game also tomorrow. Louisville and Duke, 18 and 20. A couple other ranked versus ranked games. Oregon, who is 8. Utah, who is 13. We also have the Ohio State Buckeyes. They're playing Wisconsin. Ohio State sitting at number 3 presently. Indiana is going to be traveling to Penn State to take on the number 10 Nittany Lions.
Well, that's the game we need right there, boys.
Yeah, Penn State needed that game.
Oh yeah, talk about a palate cleanser.
Yeah. When's Michigan?
That's coming up.
And when do you got Michigan Derby?
The
As I
final
said,
game of the year.
Final game. So I was telling Mike, it's all coming to a head now. All the good teams are finally starting to play one another.
Yeah, we got Penn State has Indiana, then Maryland. Penn State, Maryland always play tight game, and then we play Michigan at Penn State.
And you got Michigan State still.
Yeah. Michigan State's always the last game. When we play them, it's always the last game of the year. Battle of the Land Grant Trophy, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. If you don't get up for the Land Grant Trophy with Penn State and Michigan State, I don't know what gets you up in the morning.
So there you go. That's college football this week. So I guess you're feeling pretty confident this week, though. I'm like, Indiana.
I'm feeling confident this week. There's no way we should stumble or struggle against Ohio State. And if we do, I'm flipping worried.
I also seen there was a guy when I was a kid. He was a football player up in Farrell. His name was Lorenzo Styles. I mean, he was just he was a phenom, and he ended up going and playing. He played pro. He was down in Atlanta. I think he played for the Falcons. He was a linebacker in the pros. Well, his son right now is on Ohio State. Derby, Lorenzo Styles' son. Yeah,
I said that name sounds very familiar.
I didn't even know this. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I brought up that Farrell team, and they said, "Did you know that Lorenzo Styles' son plays for Ohio State?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." So,
Lorenzo's such a cool name.
I know.
Like you're destined to be a football player or
just destined to be
bad
cool.
80s action actor.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I got on that.
Injuries on the injury front, guys.
Oh, God, no.
So, with limited practice this week, as we mentioned yesterday, Mike Levi Wallace with his foot. Also, unlimited practice. Also, Joey Porter Jr. with the calf.
That's concerning right there. Our best cover corner, you know.
Did not practice this week. Ogunjobi with the shoulder. And now Deontay Johnson may have had a setback with his hamstring. Yeah. His availability is unknown for week 8.
That's not good because that's what happened with Freiermuth. He was fine, and then out of nowhere, it re-aggravated. Now I just wonder, did something happen, or was it a precaution? That's, they're saying, hey, we're gonna, sit out a day, take some rest, just in case there is, so we don't trigger anything. Or did he feel something and then they shut him down immediately so he doesn't re-aggravate it?
Who, Deontay?
Yeah, for Deontay.
I don't know. It sounded like they had a setback.
Yeah, because I've heard like a couple conflicting reports. Like there was a setback, or hey, it's precautionary. So,
I did not see anything that said it was precautionary. I could say that.
I heard that on the radio today, so I don't know how accurate that info was, but I hope it's not serious because we saw what him and George Pickens, man, how it opened up the offense.
Yeah.
And they got to run better too. I was reading this. I can't remember who said it, but they hit the nail right in the head. If you want to open up the game to be able to pass better, you got to be able to run. And if you want to run better, you got to be able to pass. So I mean, right now we just have to start running. I don't know,
because once one goes, the other will follow. Doesn't matter which way it goes first. Like saying, if you start running well, teams are going to move down into the box more, and that's going to open up over the top. You start opening up over the top, teams are going to start scooting back. That opens up the run game. They need one to work. Both are
I would run Jalen Warren more. I would.
I would too.
He seems to have more energy in his runs. He seems to pick up more yards,
He
a little bit
reads
more
the
pep in
holes
his
better.
step. And he does read the hole better. And if you have somebody that's being more productive, that opens things up because now you have to play that. You can't just automatically. So I don't know. They got to. I don't know what they're doing.
They just put their best 11 out there and see what happens at this point. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're a first round pick, undrafted rookie free agent. I don't care. If you're the best player at that position, you're playing. And if you're producing at at that time, you're staying in there until you don't produce anymore. Just to get something
Terrell
going.
Austin says Porter knows that his tackling is what's slowing down his process. So I don't know. Do what you got to do. Do what you got. Don't keep telling us. Just do it.
Just put him out there. I just put him out there. Don't have
He's
him.
got to put weight on. I think it's obvious. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's got to put on some weight. Not too much, but he's got to put on something. I come on.
But how about this for the last 8 fucking games of the year? Tell them you see their number 1 receiver, you're following him around no matter what. Don't worry about the run game.
Say that what's AJ Brown? Say he catches. I can see him dragging Joey Porter Jr. down the field. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
AJ
Brown's
big,
not that big,
physical.
He's
wide
big.
receivers now are big and physical, and Joey Porter is not.
He's a
Joey
big
Porter's
guy.
built like he's a twig.
Yeah, so he's like 6'3".
Oh, he's a twig. You can be 7 foot tall if you're a twig.
You're like Wembyana. He's like Wemby out there.
Yeah.
The dude in the where is Jimmy Porter Jr.? Here.
Just like with Kenny in this offseason.
He's 6'2", $193. Yeah, he can bulk up a couple more pounds.
193. I was at in high school. You know what I mean? Well, the guy, like Kenny, they said we're going to put on weight this offseason. Do it. Just do it. Don't keep telling us about it. Don't tell us he can't. Make him put on weight. Make him learn to tackle and do it. What's the problem with this team?
I just want just have him cover the fucking wide receiver. I don't. Why is it so hard for this team to understand?
That doesn't. It doesn't make a play. He's gonna have to tackle the guy. I mean, if he doesn't break up the pass.
Well, he's given up 1 reception this year, so I'm really not
worried
about.
I'm sure he's gonna give up more than 1 reception.
I don't know, man. Hey, the numbers don't lie. He's not going to give up any receptions. He is the greatest cornerback of all time. Get the gold jacket out. He is better than Rod Woodson, Deion Sanders, and Dick Nitrain Lane combined.
This guy, all I'm saying is he's going to be fake. You got some of these receivers are badass dudes nowadays, man.
Yeah. But hey, if they're not catching against them, you don't have to worry about that.
Again, people are going to catch against them.
No, they're not. They're not. They're not going to catch a single pass. Why are you so negative?
He's been put in ideal situations all season in
shutting down. He's
a minimal amount of time to play. You can't go by any of that, really.
He shut down the best receiver in the league, and Puka Nacua.
No, he's not the best receiver in the league.
The numbers don't lie.
He is not the best receiver. I know.
In the league. Yeah, top 5 receiver number wise. And
right, so there you go. Change it around.
I got it factually correct. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the energy.
Secondary issues. Another name that popped up, Mike, if we can't get Patrick Surtain, is J.C. Horn from Carolina. Came up yesterday.
Let's get all the.
Huh?
We're going to target every cornerback from that draft.
Well, we have to get somebody. We have to, Mike. Our secondary is getting beat
it's
up
bad.
Every week. People are wide open, running around this field like crazy. They got to do something, and they got to do something fast because you know what? This guy Patrick Peterson's not going to be the answer. I can tell you.
He's not.
Yeah, he's got more interceptions in the league than everybody else because he's been in the league longer than everybody else.
But J.C. Horn would actually fit in with Pittsburgh right now. He's on IR with the torn hamstring.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Bring him.
Yeah, he was put on there a month ago, so he'll fit right in with this squad. I mean,
tell me a little bit about him. I don't know much about him.
He's a number 8th overall pick in 2021.
Where's he out of?
South Carolina. He had 3 picks last year. Last year, he really stepped it up. He only played 3 games as a rookie, and then he played 13 games last year. And he's only played 1 game this year. This guy's really going to fit in here in Pittsburgh. He won't be like that guy we
brought in from Washington last year that didn't play a snap.
Yeah, didn't play a snap. It didn't cost us a draft pick. Everyone wanted to say it cost us a 4th round pick, and it did not cost us nothing because he didn't play. But yeah, this guy right here,
we could have got somebody that wasn't injured, and it could have been productive. You know,
Yeah, but it didn't cost us the pick. We thought he'd be work out.
what
It
I'm
didn't
saying
work
is
out. Shit happens.
we didn't get the guy that we needed is the problem. We needed somebody and we didn't get him. We
Well,
thought we were going to get that guy.
Thought
But
we were going to get that guy. Hey, shit happens. But JC
no, shit
Horn,
don't happen. You got to get somebody. We got to do something like this. The thing is, the defense is playing good. The defense is playing good, but at some point we're gonna
defense
get burnt.
is playing good.
Matter of fact, it's gonna be this week. If Trevor Lawrence shreds this secondary to pieces, it's gonna be a whole new conversation on Monday, and the weight of the world is gonna be on the defensive backs. I just, you see these guys, and it's against teams that aren't that good. Their receivers are running wild in the secondary, Mike.
But my thing again, like I said yesterday, we keep wanting to get all these defensive guys, and everyone in Pittsburgh wants to bitch about our offense. Now we have no money to spend on the offense because we spent all this money on the defense. So this defense better be not giving up more than 14 points a game. That's my only concern. If we're going to go defense heavy, get all these guys, our offense, barely can score 17 points a game. This defense is going to have to, turn into like the 85 Bears, the 76 Steelers or some shit like that, and just shut everyone out.
No, we're giving up a lot.
We do need corner help, but we want to go after.
That's one of the most important positions on the field.
It is.
And Pittsburgh Steelers never ever seem to address it seriously.
But we want to take running backs in the first round, not cornerbacks in the first round.
I just, you have to have corners, and it's so frustrating that this team just never takes that serious.
No, and when they do, they always take the wrong one. It feels like we haven't really hit on a corner in a long time.
Look at the guy that Detroit drafted.
Branch.
The guy already looks like an all-star.
Well, he's playing. They're playing him the way like we were playing Minka the past few years as like just a roaming safety.
See, we missed. If we could have had him, we'd be in good shape. This guy's ready to. He's ready to go.
But he's playing a different position. He's not playing man corner. He's playing safety.
It doesn't matter, Mike.
Yeah, it does. He's not covering anyone. He's covering an area. He's playing safety.
Okay, Mike.
Do you want a lockdown corner or do you want a safety? They're two.
Go to any of these other young corners before Christian Gonzalez got hurt. Any of these guys they were ready to go. They're productive.
Porter's showing he's ready to go. He's shutting everyone down and
can't tackle anybody. That's a problem. He's playing football. I don't care. He's on defense. He can't tackle. That's a problem.
One catch against.
Big problem.
One catch against.
Believe me, people are going to catch more passes against him. It's gonna happen.
Mike. It hasn't happened yet.
So you don't think this guy's going to let him catch the rest of the season? Is what you're telling me?
Nope.
You're retarded. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. He's got to learn to tackle. He's got to learn to tackle.
Well, get him out
on a football team in the NFL.
He can learn to tackle while he's covering people.
That makes
the hardest part of cornerback is covering people, and he has that mastered. I'm sure he can learn how to put his arm around.
And I'm still not. Come on, we're really jumping the gun saying he has that mastered. The guy really barely hasn't even played.
Hey, he's shutting everyone down, man.
Well, give him a time. Let the guy play.
Hey, numbers don't lie. He's shutting everyone down.
He's not shutting everyone down.
Yeah,
numbers don't lie.
One catch.
The videos don't lie either. You watch the game and you see that play out.
Give
it's
him
different.
One catch. Gave up one catch.
And he can't tackle on a deep. Mike, you play defense in the NFL. You can't tackle. Come on.
You play cornerback and you play quarterback and people
in a long time.
Your number one responsibility is
a couple guys and he hasn't given it up and he catches blah, 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 but he has to learn how to tackle. You can't not be able to tackle. Do you know how stupid that sounds?
But the number one job of a cornerback is what? Covering a wide receiver.
What's the number one job on people on defense is to stop the guy on the other side, and a lot of times you have to do it by tackling them.
And stopping them is by forcing.
I refuse to have this conversation. This is the stupidest thing that you've ever because
you're doubling down on this. 2 weeks ago, you're saying how great Porter is now.
Like, he can't tackle. I've never said how great he was.
He's the worst player ever. He's terrible.
And I never said that.
He sucks.
No, I never said either of those things. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's implied. You're like, oh, he's terrible because he's having.
He needs to learn how to tackle. Yes, if that's what's making me wrong.
Exactly, Steelers freak. Prime time was not a tackler. He would lay out of the way.
When he becomes prime time, then we'll talk then.
So far, the stats say he is prime time. He has
no. The stats don't say he's prime time. Get that
one catch against.
You're out of your mind.
One catch against. That's prime time numbers. That's
Hall of Fame numbers. He hasn't faced anybody. He hasn't
comparable to other players at this stage of his career.
Wait till he faces.
He's putting up better numbers than Dion,
Mike,
than Rod Woodson, than Mel Blount right now.
If he didn't stink, he would have been playing all along. You know that, right? At this
point in his career, his numbers are better.
He would have been playing all along, right? You know that, right?
If his If his numbers,
If he didn't
are
stink, he would have
comparable.
been playing all along.
his
You know
numbers
that,
are
right?
comparable to some
These
of the
are
greatest
issues that
quarterbacks of
people
all
that
time.
know football know about. You have
His
to be able to
numbers are
tackle
comparable
in the
to some of the
NFL.
greatest
If you play on
quarterbacks
defense,
of all
you
time.
have to be able to tackle.
His
Your argument is
coverage
dumb
numbers,
because if you can't
his
tackle, you
coverage
can't
numbers
play
are
defense in the
comparable to the
NFL.
greatest corners
Guy
of all time.
stinks. He stinks. If you can't tackle somebody, you can't be on an NFL defense. You can't.
He already has interceptions. He's shutting people down.
The
This
one
guy
that
is
Lamar threw
comparable-
right at him. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
that was beautiful coverage. It was
That was
beautiful coverage.
terrible. Mike, he stinks.
He beat a borderline Hall of Fame receiver in one-on-one coverage. He beat a
This
Super Bowl
border Hall
champion.
of Fame quarter or receiver stinks too.
He just
Did he do it? What did he do
shut
during that
down.
game?
He's shutting down
That's right. He
everyone.
didn't catch one catch. That's right.
You heard it here first, folks. Cornerbacks do not have to cover receivers anymore as long as they can tackle.
Nobody said that.
That's what you're implying. You're implying.
I'm implying that you have to be able to tackle. You're putting
I'm
bullshit
implying,
in my
I'm
mouth.
implying that he just needs to cover the number one receiver and limit catches, and that's what he's doing.
And when they catch the ball, which they're going to,
Which
he's
they
going to have
haven't.
to tackle them.
They haven't. They haven't.
They're going to. You realize this.
But they haven't.
That's what makes you sound stupid is the fact
they
that
haven't.
you're ignoring that the people are going to
history,
catch the ball in the future.
Comparable, and he is compared right now to some of the greatest of all time.
Mike, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That is literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
His numbers right now are comparable
He
to
stinks.
some
This
of the
guy
greatest
can't
of all
tackle
time.
anybody. He stinks.
His numbers are
If he
comparable.
was better,
to some
he
of
would
the
be
greatest
playing
players of all
more.
time.
They put him in ideal situations so he could succeed. Mike, he's not doing great.
We're gonna hey Joey, this guy, this receiver has torches for 156 yards. Go out there and cover him. He covers them, shuts him down, 0 catches, 0 yards for the rest of the way. That was
Wait till
Joey
he
Porter
faces a
on
real
Puka Nacua.
receiver. Hey, come on, this guy's a rookie. Whether he's catching a lot of catches or not,
Top
that's one
five,
thing.
he's top 5.
Put him against a top receiver in this league,
He is.
which he's not a
Puka
top
Nacua's
receiver.
top 5,
He's a top rookie who's doing a great job.
whose numbers are comparable to some of the greatest of all time.
But they don't even put him against the guys that he shouldn't be playing because he stinks. He's not that good yet.
Well, he's great.
He's great. That's what makes you sound stupid because he's
They-
not great.
Hey, this Ravens defense is torching us. We're gonna put you on their number 1. Boom. Okay, I shut the
Odell
game down.
Beckham Jr. I'm pretty sure I could have covered Odell Beckham Jr. who left the field shortly after that because he was hurt.
Because
obviously-
Joey Porter Jr. embarrassed and humiliated him.
You were on another planet with this.
I
My
am-
God.
I am using arguments I've heard talked about another player on this team that says his numbers are comparable to the greats of all time. I'm just using that for Joey Porter Jr.
See, so you don't even believe it. It's I'm voting for Joe Biden because everybody said this about Trump. It's a retarded argument. I'm like, it's retarded. You have to be able to tackle in this league, and you're going to vote for Joe Biden just because you
I'm
heard
going
an
to
argument about the other guy.
My God, he's not a fascist dictator.
Again, you're stupid because you're not getting what I'm saying. The point is what you're missing, and it's going right over your head.
I was using the argument that everyone used last year and this
With
year.
Kenny
about Kenny
Pickett, so I'm going to
Pickett.
use the same
What are we
argument with
talking
Joey
about?
Porter because
Joey
everyone
Porter
said that he's
Jr.
comparable to
Joey
this.
Porter
He's comparable
Yeah.
to the best.
Yeah, that's
What are we talking about?
You see how that played out, Mike,
for
right?
weeks on end. That's
You see
all
how
I
that
would hear
played
about
out, right?
Kenny Pickett. That's all I
You
would
see
hear
how
about
that
Kenny
played
Pickett.
out, right?
His,
You see how that played out, right?
Yeah, Kenny Pickett's
how
a
that
below
played out,
average
right?
quarterback.
Because did he match up to the greatest quarterbacks? No, because it's
No,
stupid.
but
It's
people
a
still
stupid
want
argument.
Yeah,
I don't care what people say.
You use those arguments on Kenny. You would bring up, hey, here's these stats.
And
they
as I
comparable.
seen things play out, I call it as I see it, and I tell you
And
the
right
facts.
now, as I'm seeing it, Joey Porter Jr.
He
is
can't tackle.
playing-
That's a problem.
He can cover. he
If
can
Terrell
cover.
Austin says that this is a problem and this is what's holding him back, I'm going to trust him over what you're saying because you make no sense, and he is obviously the guy that you will listen to. And he
He's the
says
greatest
right here,
defensive
quote,
coordinator of all time.
he what?
Because he's the greatest defensive coordinator of all
Does it,
time.
Mike? Are you a defensive coordinator? Are you
Yes,
anything?
I am. Yes,
Okay,
I
so
am.
listen, here we go. He says, quote, Porter knows that tackling is what's slowing down his process. So I think that this might be an issue, Mike.
But not him reading routes, not him understanding zone assignments, not him understanding how to play defense, but tackling. I want my can he stay in someone's hip without giving up separation? He's shown that.
Once he gets in here
can
and
he
gets
break up
some
passes? He
good
has shown
receivers,
that.
we'll be able to tell
tackling-
you.
But tackling, okay.
He's Mike. That's what you do on defense. You tackle people. If you can't tackle, you can't be on a defense. That's bottom line.
Hey, apparently Primetime should not have been out there because he couldn't tackle anyone.
Why do you got to keep talk about the
No,
guy
I'm
we're talking about? He
pointing out
can't
that.
tackle. The guy can't tackle. Why don't that get through your head?
Because he can shut down the other team's number.
But what
one
happens
receiver.
when he does it? What happens when he does it and he has to tackle?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
You don't cross that bridge when you get there. You cross that bridge now, so that doesn't become a problem.
All right, so we'll keep Levi Wallace and Pat Pete out there and let them get burnt. And this Joey Porter every game can just sit there and tackle the tackling dummy on the sideline.
That's just the stupidest thing. Come on. All right, we got to talk about something else. You're really
right. Steelers freak. TJ Watt is known for his pass rushing, not tackling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So TJ shouldn't be out there because he can't stop the run.
He can tackle, right? Have you seen him tackle?
He can sack the quarterback, but he can't.
I've seen him tackle. I'm pretty sure I've seen him tackle.
I've only seen him tackle the quarterback.
You know who I haven't seen tackle though? Joey Porter.
You know who I haven't seen give up more than one catch? Joey Porter Jr.
Because he's not playing a starting role, Mike. He comes in as a
and then as our starters are getting destroyed, he comes in and shuts down their number one receiver. So
he stinks.
The numbers don't lie, man.
The numbers don't lie. He can't tackle.
One catch against.
Again, he's not a starter. Once he starts and he plays number ones from the beginning of the game, he's going to give up receptions and he's going to need to tackle people. And the fact that you can't even admit that is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
Well, I'm just saying
it speaks volumes. I mean, it's showing you don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're talking retarded is what you're talking about.
He can shut down the number one receiver like no one's business.
No, Mike, we haven't played anybody for him to you can even say that. For two, he's not a starter. He's not a starter. He doesn't even start. If he was a starter, that would be a whole different argument. He doesn't even start. He's a bench player. They can't tackle. And he made a couple of good plays on defense.
Shut everyone down in coverage. That's just weird. He can shut down everyone in coverage. People are saying, "Oh, we got to get another corner to put next to this guy." We just had a segment say we need J.C. Horn to play next to Joey Porter Jr. Yesterday we were talking about we need Patrick Surtain II to play next to Joey Porter Jr.
Because moving forward, this could be a good combination of players. Yes,
he can't tackle but he can't tackle. So why
moving forward? Hopefully,
why should we trade for someone to put?
Hopefully, this will be something that he can learn is how to tackle because the guy is 190 pounds and he needs to learn how to tackle. The fact that you do not understand that.
Let him play. If we can have a quarterback out there that can hit the broadside of a barn.
Hey, at this point in the game, I'm willing to go after a better quarterback. I call it as I see it, and this guy stinks. He can't tackle on the defense.
But can he cover?
I don't know yet. Wait till he starts. Wait till he plays more than 4 games. Then we'll be able to tell you.
All the passes thrown to him that have only one has been completed. That's I can't
tell. You wait till there's more than one because I'm going to shit down your throat over and over.
I'll do what you did last year and early this year. Whenever I criticize Kenny, I'll just whine and cry until we move on.
Tell me how I want. I pull up video, please, or show me whining and crying.
I will pull up, and I won't
pull it up because it doesn't exist. That's a stupid.
It does exist.
Mike, you must have woke up and took your stupid pill today because that's what it sounds like.
No, you must have woken up on the wrong side of the bed because you're being a little baby right now.
Mike, the guy can't tackle. How is that being a baby? The fact that you can't admit that is what's being a baby.
That he can't tackle. Yeah, he has trouble tackling. But you
have to be able to tackle. Mike, it doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're the best. You're the best cover guy in the league. You have to know how to tackle.
Levi Wallace,
Darrelle Revis didn't know how to tackle.
Levi Wallace and Patrick
Ty Law didn't know how to
but
tackle?
yeah, they're getting burnt. So let's keep them out there.
You think Darrelle Revis Joey Porter's better than Darrelle Revis? You're out of your mind.
Right now, the numbers say he's on.
Right now, one guy's in the Hall of Fame, and right now the other guy can't tackle. So
right now the other guy's only allowing people to complete one pass against him.
He played 4 games in his career, Mike. Come on.
But the numbers don't lie, man. He's on.
And if you go by snaps, he literally played about 2 games. So.
Well, that's only allowed for Kenny Pickett. You can only say how many snaps he's played.
I don't care about Kenny Pickett. So, have fun with that.
Oh, to see, I can tell by your snicker. I got you,
Mike. I don't care. I've already told you I don't care.
So Patrick Peterson can tackle,
but this guy needs to learn how to tackle.
Levi Wallace is the dumbest argument that was
ever on this show since the beginning of this show.
Well, this shows how smart, Terrell Austin is. He has 2 cornerbacks that can
getting paid a lot of money to do his job, brother.
So does Matt Canada.
And you know what? You're right. And he's not doing good. And I admit it. Terrell, our defense is pretty good, Mike. I don't know if you realize that. Defense is winning football games every week.
They're giving up a shit ton of points, man.
Are they winning the football games? They're literally winning the football games. How often does a defense win a football game? We've done it about 3 times.
Kenny Pickett threw those touchdowns, not TJ Watt.
What?
Kenny Pickett won those games, not that defense. He engineered.
Mike, I gotta respectfully move on. I don't. I can't chase this tail any longer with you. We have to move on. We got to move on to over-unders, guys. This is the overs and unders for this week's game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Derpy, are you ready for this? Are you still there, Derpy?
Yeah,
Derpy.
All right.
that was the greatest argument ever.
All right, here we go. Over under. I'm going to start with Mike's quarterback, Kenny Pickett. Do you guys think?
Fuck you.
Do you guys think that Kenny Pickett will have over or under? Kenny Pickett 1.5 touchdowns
Under.
thrown.
Under.
Derpy.
Over.
Oh,
Right.
for the third time in his career. Let's go, Kenny.
Steelers, are they going to have over or under a half of rushing touchdown?
Ooh,
More or
shit.
less than a half of rushing touchdown?
We had what?
We
We
had
had three all
last week.
year, 3 last week. I'm taking the over.
You got to consider this is a good team, guys. We're not going to be playing
Yeah,
like,
we're not-
you know, like we have been with some of these teams
Yeah,
we've
we're not
had.
playing some bums.
I think the Raiders. Derpy, a half a touchdown, more or less. Pieces Derpy's having flashbacks. I don't even know that.
Right?
I don't even know what that means, but it's probably
Oh, read the
hilarious.
comment. The guys are on fire today.
I'm trying to read as
I
I'm
was
moving
trying
on.
to, and to keep a straight face during that argument.
And somebody says I think it was P who said I couldn't cover an anthill. I seen that as I was arguing, and I thought I don't want to. I don't
I
want.
was
I don't
trying
want
not
to
to
laugh.
laugh
I don't want to
reading that
laugh
shit.
now. I gotta, I gotta be pissy. Derpy, more or do you think they're gonna get a rushing touchdown or no?
More.
All right.
So over. Yeah.
Yeah, taking the over.
Steelers tight ends. 1.5 receptions. Steelers
shit.
tight ends, 1.5 receptions.
Um,
Consider that they have 1 catch over the past 2 weeks. If you count Connor Hayward, they have 3 over the past 2 weeks. Do what you want with that. Steelers tight ends, 1.5 receptions.
well, shit. Considering Travis Kelce had more yards in one half of football than our guys have had all year, I'm going to take the under.
I was surprised to read that Travis Kelce's like 33, 34 years
Yeah,
old.
him and Gronk are the same age.
Right.
That just blows my mind. That's like a Mandela effect. Ryan
Because
could cover a hotel bed with maid instructions.
Because the girl Taylor Swift, she's 33. I thought these were young
She's
people.
33.
She's 33. I thought these were young people. Like
I
in their
thought she was
20s.
I thought she was like in her later 20s. I didn't realize she was
Right,
in her
right.
30s.
I thought both of these were. I seen something where she had something posted on Twitter, and I don't follow her or nothing, but I seen it was somebody's post, and it says I was born in 1989, and it was a Taylor Swift post. I thought 89. That doesn't even sound right. And I looked,
No,
she's 33. Travis Kelce is 34.
God.
Yeah. So let that sink in. TJ Watt, guys, is he gonna have Mike? This is your nickname, of course, half sack. Is he gonna have a half sack?
Wow.
Do you think he will have more or less than a sack in this game, Mike? TJ Watt. He's due. He didn't have one last week. First game of the year.
He is due. He is due. That bum. I think we should trade him. No, I think he's gonna have a sack. Yeah, I'm taking the over.
Derpy, I have a feeling Derpy's gonna like this. What do you think, Derpy? Is he gonna have a sack or no?
I think he's gonna over.
Go over. Okay. Steelers defense, guys. Steelers defense. 1.5 turnovers caused. 1.5 turnovers caused by this defense. I'll start with you, Derpy. Derpy, 1.5 turnovers caused by the Steelers defense.
Over.
Mike.
I'm taking the over. Minka is going to end up with a pick. He's well overdue. So yeah, Minka's going to have a pick, and Joey Porter Jr. is going to have a pick.
I hope he does, Mike, and I will celebrate like everybody else. Don't you know what I mean? I will. I cheer for all these guys. Listen.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Next
But
on the
yeah.
list, Boz, 2.5 field goals. Boz, 2.5 field goals. Mike.
I'm taking the under.
Derpy.
Under.
And finally, I hate to do it, but I got to do it every time. Devastating injury, losing a player who is very a significant part of this team for a significant period of time. I say a half. Is there going to be a player or is there not going to be a player that gets hurt that hurts us?
I'm taking the under.
Derpy?
Under.
All right. So there you go. Got the over under in. My Buffalo wins last night, Mike, in a game that we all expected them to win. I think 24-18, 24-17, something like this was the score on the Thursday night game. And also, Mike, I do want you to know, I have to make it official by telling you that Derpy did. He did make the deadline. He got a hold of me. He was persistent. He said, hey, I want to get my picks in. I said, hey, relax, man. It's all right. So Derpy last night sent all of his picks over, and I am going to read them down to make sure that we're all on the same page. And
I'm still going to win, Derpy. I'm still going to win. I'm glad you got your picks in, but I am going to win this one.
I don't know. Derpy, he's back in it, my man. He got his mind back in this thing. He got his picks up. He's ready to go. I'm going to read him that way. Everybody knows, and there's no any funny play like anything like this. He took the Bills last night. Mike, you also took the Bills. He took the Jaguars. He took the Seahawks, Texans, Cowboys, Packers, Saints, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, 49ers, Chargers, Lions, Giants. Yeah, and that's everybody. That's Derpy got his picks in. Mike, you were the Bills, the Jets, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Vikings, the Falcons, Miami, the Colts, the Texans, the Browns, Bengals, Chiefs, Ravens, Bears, Lions, and Jacksonville. So everybody got Jacksonville winning this week, guys. I'm surprised. I do. I think they're going to lose 31 to 20.
Did I pick Jacksonville?
Yeah, you had Jacksonville. You had Jacksonville at the 27-24.
Damn, I thought I picked Pittsburgh. Oh, well.
So, Mike, why don't you tell everybody about the website, dude?
The 2dumyinzers.com. We're on over there for everything. 2Dum Yinzers. All our socials are on there. Merch is on there. Vlogs on there. This heated debate between Ryan and I will be on there.
We could do this the whole drive out to Las Vegas. We can argue about Joey Porter.
I will drive the car off a cliff.
We did talk yesterday. Derpy couldn't make it, and I'm not sure if Steeler Freak was here when we were talking about it, but we were talking, just kind of reminiscing a little bit. I guess the daydreaming the word, and we were like, if we go to Las Vegas, P, you also have to come. So we'll all meet in the middle. In Las Vegas. We'll have a good time. We'll argue about Joey Porter. Steeler Freak is having us out. He has amazing places for us to go. But
wishful thinking. Yeah, that's going to be me tomorrow. Some wishful thinking.
Tomorrow?
Oh yeah. Steeler Freak picked up something called wishful thinking. And he's picking the Steelers 30-17.
It's not bad.
Like Thelma and Louise.
I'm doing Thelma and Louise on this road trip.
And I told Mike, I'm going to shit every state. I'm going to shit myself every state. From Pennsylvania to Nevada, I'm going to shit every state. And then you got Derpy in the car.
We'll probably
he's going to have to pee like every fight. You know what I mean?
I'll have to bring the kid with me, and he's just going to scream the entire time. So I'm going to have three idiots in the car with me.
You, Derpy, and your son will all be scrunched in the back seat.
Oh, you're driving?
It's gonna be me and hot chicks in the front, of course.
Oh, you and your blow up doll?
Yeah.
Or did you upgrade to the real doll?
No, I upgraded to the AI, remember?
I forgot about
it. And it didn't work out.
Didn't she get a virus and delete herself?
It didn't work out.
She moved on to bigger and better things.
She did.
She's dating X now. Her
Who?
Twitter thing.
X. All right, guys, here's the question of the day. Of course, we're playing Jacksonville. This is the last Jacksonville Jaguar question of the season, unless, of course, we run into them in the playoffs. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? Guys,
I'm ready.
Board, Steeler Freak, P. Morton, Derpy, Mike, everybody can participate. Here we go. Who was the first Jacksonville quarterback to pass for more than 4,000 yards in a season? If you want choices, I'll give them to you. Think it over. Don't shout it out. We are live every day, right here, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here. And the show that we do live every day, we upload over on Spotify and podcast form at 8 o'clock p.m. If you just, have a chance to listen to the show and not watch it, maybe the gym, maybe the car, any of these places, you could check it out over on Spotify. All right, guys, here we go. P on the board, Steeler Freak, Derpy, Big Derp Dog, Mike. Who was the first Jacksonville quarterback to pass for 4,000 yards in a season? Would anybody like choices before we go?
I would.
Okay. Mike?
Yeah, give me some. Yeah,
All
I
right.
need some choices.
All right. Here we go. Your choices are A, Blake Bortles, B, David Garrard, C, Byron Leftwich, or D, Mark Brunell. Again, who was the first Jacksonville quarterback to pass for more than 4,000 yards in a season? Blake Bortles, David Garrard, Byron Leftwich, Mark Brunell.
Hey, do you want mama's?
I'm going to start with Derpy. Derpy, who do you think?
Mama's, yeah. Oh, okay.
What you got,
Mm.
Derpy?
I'm gonna go Leftwich.
Brian Leftwich. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Let me lock you in on that. Derpy, you are locked in. Mike, who was the first Jacksonville quarterback to pass for more than 4,000 yards in a season? Was it Blake Bortles? Was it David Garrard? Was it Byron Leftwich? Or was it Mark Brunell?
With Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All right. On the board, Steeler Freak says Mark Brunell. Lock Steeler Freak in. And all I can remember was the burr. I'm not sure what you mean with that, P. I'll give you another
Brunell.
minute.
Mark Brunell.
Is that what he's
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to say that he was picking someone that not be what it was. So I'm gonna assume that that's Mark Brunell.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Mark
lock
Brunell.
P into place. All right, here we go, guys. Who was the first Jacksonville quarterback to pass for more than 4,000 yards in a season? Was it A, Blake Bortles? Was it B, David Garrard? Was it C, Byron Leftwich? D, Mark Brunell? There's a plethora of different picks today. Guys, the answer was, of course, Mark Brunell.
I
The
didn't
longest
realize.
tenured. He was there at the
Yeah,
beginning.
I knew he was there for a long time.
The Southpaw. He had Jimmy
Yeah.
Smith. He had, so the answer was Mark Brunell. Good job, guys, on the board. Guys on the panel, you guys could use a little work. But you know what?
See, well, I thought about
We'll
Mark
save that
Brunell,
argument for another day.
but I thought I talked myself out of it because in that era, man, you weren't really getting a lot of 4,000 yard passing yardage at the time.
Right. But you
So
know
I
what?
was like, nah, it had to be bored. I was like, okay,
He was always beastie. Mark
He
Brunell
was a
could
beast.
sling
He
the
was a
ball
beast.
around. And he was a southpaw, too.
yeah.
Mike, anything before we get ready to take off?
Let's go Steelers. Let's get a win. Let's go Penn State. Let's get a win.
A lot of football is going to happen before we all see each other again.
Pitt,
next,
I
so.
hate to say, but can you win? I hate Notre Dame more than I hate Pitt.
I could see Pitt. I could see Pitt winning. That's the thing. Pitt. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even going to say that because Pitt's terrible. They're terrible.
They're
Derpy.
bad.
Anything?
They're
before we
going to
take
win.
Let's go Steelers. Reverse psychology.
off?
Derpy.
Why? What is the reverse psychology by agreeing?
I
With
chose
Mike?
the Jags.
Oh yeah.
Derpy.
I do want to thank everybody for checking us out. I
Yes.
appreciate each and every one. You believe me, everyone. It is impossible without you. And I also do want to say thank you for the guys coming strong on the board today. It's always awesome having you guys, man. You really help make the show as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Super, super awesome. Thank you guys. Everyone have a great weekend. Yeah, I mean, is that it for you guys?
That's it, man. That's all I got.
All right. Well, hey, everybody have a safe weekend. A lot of football. There's a lot of football to be played before we all see each other again. So
Oh, yeah.
enjoy your weekend, guys. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Stay safe. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.